Bueno, básicamente eso, aprenderéis a crear vuestro propio portfolio con Git y GitHub. Será, o sea, un taller súper introductorio. Ahora os compartiré la pantalla, ahora supongo que se conectará. Está ahí, pero no. Bueno, eso, que ahora vamos a empezará. Y luego también, bueno, con otras herramientas podréis como lanzarlo a live. Un momentito, voy a preguntarle. Perdonad, que no sé qué ha pasado. Vale, ahora sí.
Hey everyone, am I properly audible and visible?
Yes, you are. Wait, sorry. Let me. Okay, now. Yes. Well, you can see here. We're all ready. You can start whenever you want.
Oh, that's perfect. Hi everyone. Just let me see my settings are all right. Yeah. So I hope you all are connected with me. You can see me, you can hear me out. So thank you all for being here. And thank you, Marina. I hope I spell your name right, spoke your name right. I'm very glad to be here with you all. Because we're gonna do a lot today. We're gonna exercise with Git and GitHub. We're gonna explore what's Git and GitHub, like hands-on thing. And yes, I'm excited to tell you all about what I have learned myself in my college since my first day. So let me just begin by sharing my slides. Just give me a sec. Just give me a second. I have this ready. I hope this is visible. Let me check. Yeah, I hope my slides are visible. Can you please confirm?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So yes, become a Git ninja. This is what I'm I'm naming this because I want you all to become a Git ninja. And what's the plan? I'm going to tell you to install Git, and I'm going to give you a little introduction about Git, GitHub, and what's the difference. Well, it's not the same. Git is not, a subset of GitHub. No, that's not happening. But we're going to know about the differences, the actual differences that's between them. Also, there are some Git commands. Git is not a drag and drop thing or a clickable thing. We have to give some keyboard commands and operate it that way. Also, we're going to make our first PR. PR means pull request. In Git and GitHub, we have something like push, pull, and merge, commit, config, everything. So I'm going to tell you everything. Just don't get confused. And just keep in mind, you are not here to learn anything. You are here to understand everything, everything that I tell you. You're here to understand what's GitHub, what's the difference, and how do we make our own first PR, and how do we make our portfolio website, which is the main part, by the way. And future scope. Yeah, I included future scope in the demonstration. That means we're gonna do our own demonstration of what we've learned. So you are not here to actually learn by heart anything. You are just here to understand what's it, because that's what computer science is all about. We do not sit and learn everything. We are here to just know what is what's the difference, and that's it. Because we have almost everything now. Chat GPT, we have so many cheat sheets, so many resources. And yes, it's about me. My name is Khushi Trivedi, and I'm extremely glad to be here with University of UPV. And I'm very glad because the organizers have been like Marina, as I said, she's been in touch with me since weeks, or I should say months. So it's a huge thing for University of UPV GDSC club to actually bring this event together, to have this workshop. And I would love to have the best use of it by telling you everything that I have learned, and just make use best of your time and your presence here. All right, just a little introduction about me. Yeah, that's me. I have been a previous GDSC lead of my college campus. Rather, I've been a founder of the GDSC of my college because I was the first lead. I'm also a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador with a gold level. So like gold is like the top level. So I'm proud to say this. Just in case you would like to know anything about these communities or get a referrals or something, I'll share you my contact information in the last. So yeah, I'm also a hackathon mentor. I have been a hacker in the hackathons as well, and I've been an organizer and evangelist, and now a mentor. I'm mentoring some hackathons. In April, I'll be going to one. So if you know MLH Hackathon, Major League Hacking, these are all part of the community stuff. So you should, if you know anything about development, coding or something, you should definitely try your hands on going to hackathons and build real life projects that actually solve a lot of issues. A real life issue, social issues, like yeah, stuff. We're going to talk about that later on if you have any doubts regarding it. But yes, let's move on to installation of Git. I expect you all know the installation of Git, but anyhow, if you do not, I'm here to tell you about for Windows and for the Mac operating system. I don't have a slide for the Linux one. So this is for Mac, this is for Windows. Well, for the Windows operating system, I essentially have just two, or you can say just one thing to share. You just go on this link. If you have your mobile phones ready with you, you can scan this QR code, or else this is the, I'm so sorry, this is the link. So you can simply go to the link and click on download. That's it. That's all you need to do. And after you download this, all you need to do is next, 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 and then install. No settings, no checkboxes, nothing. So this is for Windows. I'll just give you a small demonstration regarding it. I hope my screen is still visible. So this, let me just copy the link. Yeah, this is the link. And here we go. This is the official website to download Git. So we just go on downloads. This is where we see downloads. We just click on here. If you would like to know about the official documentation about Git, how was it made, how was it installed or something before. But yeah, sticking to the point, we have downloads, and there are 3 operating systems that Git supports, which actually exist as well: Mac operating system, Windows, and Linux. I'm only gonna again discuss about Windows and Mac. I personally have a Windows PC. So yep, I'll just show for Windows, but for Mac I also have a slide. Well, I personally have a 64-bit operating system. In case you do not know which operating system you have, that's fine. That's all. That's all fine. No, not a panic. You just go to the settings, not on the settings, but go to the start menu and click on settings or about, and you can know about your all the information regarding your laptop, your computer is all inside, your laptop as well. So you can know anything you want to know about your own PC. So I know already that I have a 64-bit system. I click on here and you can see it's downloading, right? This has been downloaded. No, not yet. It takes 10 more seconds. And this is how it's downloading. So the first step is done. I'm repeating again. I went to the website, and here is the website, just in case you would like to scan it. Yeah, meanwhile it gets downloaded. Here is the website. I'll just wait for like 10-20 seconds more until it downloads. Meanwhile, in case you would like to, or here is a very small link. It says git-scm.com, and that's it. So this is the installation for Git. This is how you install for Windows operating system. And I expect any one of you would be having a Mac operating system as well, any Apple laptops. So the same link goes for the Apple laptops as well. So the people who have a Mac, they all can scan this as well, or not from your phone, but from your laptop. Of course, you need to get the link on your laptop. You cannot install Git on your phone. Git is not for anyone's phone, neither iOS nor Android or anything. It's not for phone. It's only for laptops. So this is a small link that you can copy or take a click the picture of it and drop it to your browser. All right, I expect this has been downloaded. Yes, it is. I'll click on it, and yes, it asks me, do you want to download this app? I'll click on yes. I think it's visible because it changed the window. Just a sec. Yeah. So just one more second. I'll reshare my screen. I'll share my window. Yes. I think now it's visible. So you can see I have a Windows laptop, and there I go using Git. Where's Git? Yeah, here is Git. I click on install. I don't do anything. I simply click on install. Okay, I'll show you just one sec again. Here is the downloaded thing I have. I'll click on yes, and simply I'll click on install. All right. Well, I have this installed already in my computer, so I wouldn't click here again, and I'll end the setup. But all you need to do is this. Now for Mac operating system users, we have this. We just have 2 steps more. You go to the website. Yep, you go to the website, and you just open the terminal. So this is the website where you will understand how to download it. But all right, for the Mac users, you simply don't even have to go to the website. The website is to understand in steps how do we download it. But for Mac users, you simply have to go and open the terminal. Now for Windows, we all have this. We all have a command prompt. We do cmd prompt. This is the command prompt that we have for Windows. All right. So for Mac as well, we have terminal. The command prompt in Windows is called as terminal in Mac. So command prompt here is basically used to give commands in, you can say, assembly language. That's another term for computer science. But yeah, sticking up to the topic, you simply have to go to the terminal and you need to type this command, and you can find this command on the website. I'm here to explain this. First, you copy in this and type in the command. You press enter, and then Homebrew is installed. Now Homebrew is itself a software which will help you to install Git. Git is also a software, but Homebrew is a software that we use to install Git, because Git couldn't be installed directly. Now after this command, you simply have to give brew install Git, and that's it. Git will be installed in your Mac operating system, laptop or computer. Now, just in case you would like to verify if Git has been installed or not, this is the third one, in order to verify the installation, we have Git dash dash version. So this is what we have. Now, I expect you all have already installed it. I was just here to explain again. And now moving on to GitHub. Now you must be thinking, I did not explain what's Git. I did not explain what's GitHub. I straight away moved on to Git and GitHub installation. Well, hold on. I'm just telling you just the interface so that you can finally understand it, hands in hands. So yes, this is GitHub. You all can scan this. It's the official website of GitHub. Just in case you need the website, it's written down, github.com. And yes, the GIF that you see, it's the GitHub character. So I'll just tell you more about GitHub in the upcoming ones. So this is basically an octocat. It's an octopus and a cat. So GitHub basically makes a lot of characters, fun characters, and this is one of them. And I hope you must have got into GitHub. In case you would like to know how to go, just type in GitHub on your browser, on your Chrome browser or Brave or any Bing, any other browser, and you'll be there. So I expect this has been completed as well. And now what's Git? So I'll just tell you before moving on to what's Git, I'll just show you a demonstration on an incognito tab, what's GitHub. Now for what's GitHub, this is the official website of GitHub. I just logged into the incognito tab in order to tell you because I've already signed up. So yes, this is a very fun website. It addresses you, it welcomes you because it's for developers and for coders. So it shows you all sorts of, coding interface, a fun interface. And yes, not going much into it, I will sign up, but I will show you if I already have an account. I have an account. So this is my account. This is my email ID. And I thankfully know my password today. So, okay, it needs a verification. Just a sec. Yes. And done. So this is my another account. This is my another account that I set it up just to reassure how my repository looks. And yes, this is the interface of GitHub. Now, first of all, I'll tell you this is a website. GitHub is a website. And what we do with GitHub and Git is, okay, let me just show you one thing. This is the website of GitHub. We do not have a website of Git this way. We only have a website to know about Git and to download Git. All right. So what's the difference? The difference is we have a VLC media player. For example, I have this VLC media player on my laptop, but I cannot access a VLC media player on a browser. Can I? I don't think so. We only have a link to download it. Yes, we only have a link to download it, official download and stuff. We cannot use the VLC media player on the browser. It's not about the Chrome browser. Even on Bing, even on Brave, even on Mozilla Firefox, any browser you take, you cannot use VLC media player. This is a media player with which we use movies, any downloaded videos, I'm sorry, any songs or something, right? But we cannot access this on the browser. Similarly, we cannot access Git on the browser. Whereas the difference is we can access Git on the browser, as well as if we want to download it, we can download it for Windows as well. How does it matter? I hope you know about Amazon Prime, right? I'll just go in there. And this is the Amazon Prime. Okay, I'm from India, so I mostly have the Indian series here, right? So this is Amazon Prime. But does that really mean I don't have an Amazon Prime on my laptop? Well, I have. Okay, yeah, Prime Videos for Windows. I already have it. I open it. Well, I wouldn't because we currently have a session going on, but the main difference that I'm telling you is Git is only for your local machine. Local machine means your own laptop. And GitHub is, you can even use GitHub from your phone, but you cannot use Git from your phone. We also have an app for GitHub. Just compare it to Amazon Prime or Netflix or something, right? So this is what GitHub is. Now, why do they have a common name? The common name, it's basically some sort of the developer ecosystem that exists, or maybe the marketing team made it, but we don't have to go into it. Anyhow, I'll tell you how Git looks like. So this is Git. I downloaded it. I got to know you all downloaded as well. And this is how Git looks. No buttons, no drag and drop, nothing. And how do we use it? Okay. But this is how GitHub looks. See, this is github.com and this is how GitHub looks. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of scroll, but in Git we have almost nothing. I'll tell you how to use it. First, let me explain how Git looks like. What do you find where? This is the profile section. I get to know my profile just like any Instagram feed. I get to know my profile. Here it's girly geek. Okay, fine. It could be a cringe username. I don't care. Okay, so you can edit this anyway and edit your profile, add a bio, add a name. All right, add your company, location, which city do you belong to, and if you have your own website, there you go. And any social media link like I have for Twitter, for LinkedIn, for Instagram, for YouTube, I do it. And this is where your contributions look. I almost have no contributions here because this is my fake, not a fake, but an extra account. In 2023, I had no contribution. So the contributions are seen by these green blocks. So less and more, the more greenish it is, the more contributions you've made. And you can see while you scroll it that you've made one contribution. And here as well, you've made one contribution, no contribution. This is how it goes. And yes, this is your profile. You can see your profile, your own username here. And this means repository. Now, repository is basically meaning any of your project. For example, I'm making my own website, right? I'm working on my own website. My project is building my own website. So I will basically go in here, my website. This is the name. Description is, this is my personal website project that I'm working on. If I would like to have it private, only I can see it, and I have to give access to other people manually. But if I do public, anyone can see this by going to my profile. Add a README. README is basically, we have different terminologies for this. For example, in biology, we have diagnosis, we have consultation, we don't say doctor suggested me, we say doctor consulted me, right? So for developers as well, for the developer ecosystem, we have different names. We do not say we saved the file, we say we commit the file. We use commit instead of save. We use readme instead of description. So instead of adding a description, you say I added a readme. So these are some, you must be thinking, if you're a beginner, that, oh, that's a lot actually. But well, it's not. You will learn about it. You don't have to learn actually. I told you, you don't have to learn. You just need to understand. Okay, that's how it goes. Okay, and you'll get used to it. I suppose within a week. So I go and created a repository, and yes, a repository could also be called a repo, R-E-P-O, repo. And there you go. And I've made my first repo in front of you. Okay, not first, but yes, the first one in this session. So this is the README. Now you can see the README here. And whatever I added, I did not add anything. I only added a description, right? But it all got added to my README, because README is basically a description. Now what's code? Code is where you can download your repository. So if I go on zip, download zip, it's a zip file that would be downloaded. I'll just save it. Okay, new repo. I just give it a name. You can name it yourself, anything. And anyone using this device? Okay, yeah, sure. So this is the downloaded thing. Now I'll go to downloads. This is my new repo, my main website, and then we have a README. Okay, and on the README, I've got my VS Code IDE, and this is what it shows. This is my personal website project, right? You can see this. So it's been downloaded, but just in case, you know what, developers, what they do, they not only use this one button click to download it, we can also copy the link. So either you can copy it from here, or you can copy it from here. Now we use this HTTPS link to download the same repository from Git. How? I'll show you. So we have this website. Now, how do we use Git? This is, now I'm telling you, how do we use Git? I told you things about GitHub. Now I'm going to tell you how do we use Git. But for this, we need to go into, just a sec more, Git cheat sheet. What's Git cheat sheet? I told you, we do not have anything drag and drop. This is the web. This is actually Git. This small window is Git. How do we use it? It's so annoying, right? Because we don't have anything. Well, we use it using commands. What commands? All right, I'll tell you. So this is the cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet available online. It has all the Git commands that ever exist, and with explanation. So it's a cheat sheet by GitHub Education, its official website, and that's how it goes. This is a small description. I already told you how to install it for Windows, Mac, and all other platform, Linux and Solaris, etc. So we're not going into it. Now we have a setup. Now the setup is, the first is how you set up your name. So this is okay, I'll just zoom in. Yep. Exactly this is the command, the black one, the bold black one. This is the command how we set up our name in Git. So basically, we are actually telling the Git program what is our name. So the command is git config global, okay, double dash global user dot name. And then within the double quotes, I add my name. My name is Khushi Trivedi. This is the exact command. All right. I know this command because I've been using it very frequently, but no need to learn this, no need to actually go through it. Just understand what does it mean. Git config global user dot name, and then you add your name. All right. Now paste and enter. It shows nothing. It shows nothing. It did not give a success or an error. So why is it happening this way? Well, if it's not giving an error, that means it's all good. In computer science, in development, if it's not giving an error, that means it's all good. All right. It's weird, I know, but that's how it goes. So I've done config username. Now it's time for telling Git what's my, you know, email. So it's git config. I do not know anything. I'm simply copying this. I don't know how to use it. Email, and then I put my username. I'm sorry, email. This is the email. I close the this mark, and then I put enter. So there we go. It shows nothing now as well. That's because it has accepted, okay, Git has understood that the user's name is Khushi Trivedi and the user's email is this. So basically, this cheat sheet is the command, is a language. We all know there are languages. There's English language, there's French, there are different languages. And this is the Git language, the language that Git actually knows. So in order to explain Git things about what we want, we need to communicate in Git's own language. And this is the language that Git has. And if you go to this cheat sheet, you will find the description. Here is the description. It says set a name that is identifiable for credit. So what credit? So with Git, what we do, we make projects, I'll tell you. And this actually gives you, your name. Now, what am I saying? Okay, coming back here, I'll give you the link now. But let me first tell you what's Git. So Git is a distributed version control system that is used for tracking the changes in the source code. It's too hectic. Come on, explain me in some layman terms. Okay, so consider all of us are working on a project. We are making a weather app that detects the weather conditions.
Give me a second. The screen froze. Give me a second. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah.
Vale. I have to close my computer for a sec. Give me just 1 minute.
Sure.
Me ha rayado por completo. No me. No, you can continue. Sorry, it froze.
Okay, is it been correct now, or you would like to rejoin this? Well, is the issue clear now? All right. So, is my audio properly coming there? Am I properly audible as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad. Let me share my screen again. Okay, too many windows open right now. Cool. So I was just telling you, all right, you all must be thinking, why am I understanding so much theoretical concept? Well, it's important for you to actually relate with what I'm saying, because in order to tell you how things work, you will be not able to relate with me because there are too much developer terms that I'll be using. I'm not saying you're not aware, but I'm just taking time to explore what's Git and GitHub in the theoretical terms. All right, so coming to a change of example. Consider all of us are currently working on a weather app. We're going to tell the weather condition of a place if you enter the location. All right, this is the app that we're working on. So consider you are working on the landing page. I'm working on the back end. Someone else, the person sitting beside you is working on the design of the app, and someone else is there working on the database, for example. All right, so we have our task divided. All right, and consider, okay, there are more people. So let's say two of you are working on front end, two of you are working on back end, two of you are working on design, some of you are the DevOps engineers, and we have more than one people working on more than one thing. So let's say me and someone from you is working on front end, just example. So what do we actually do? We basically work on the project together. How? I design the front end, I write the code for front end from the scratch, and you are doing for backend, someone else is doing. But how do we accumulate this code? How do we actually maintain who made what? Who's working on front end? It's decided, but in the project we need to show as well that who wrote which code. I should get the credit of my own code, right? You should get the credit of your code. I should not steal someone's credit, or I must get the credit of what I did. And similarly goes to everyone, every person who's working on something. So Git gives you the credit. Git actually tracks who did which work, which code was written by whom. And consider, you all are doing the coding part and I'm dealing with the documentation. I'm making the documentation of the official documentation of our app. So what exactly I am doing has to be documented as well also, because it's not that only the coders, only the developers have to get the credit of their work. Even for me, even for the designers. So Git basically gives you the credit of what work you do. And this is why we actually put up uh, our name and email, our name and even email over it on git bash. Yes, this is already open. Just a sec more, And this is why I gave my name here. I told Git in Git's own language that my name is Khushi Trivedi. And then I told my email, right? I told my email. So this is why I told Git, so that whatever work I do, whatever things I write in the code, I will get the credit that Khushi Trivedi did it or you did it. All right. This is why we tell Git. Now, what else Git does? Just give you the code, just give you the credit? No, it also tracks the version. Consider in the team, we actually had a conflict. All right. And I really want to take a revenge. I'm just giving you a fun example so that you get to know this. It happens, but not only for this reason. So just in case I want to, make some changes in your code so that your code actually disrupts when it goes live. So what I do is I go to your folder and whatever code you wrote, I just edit this and make some silly changes so that the code doesn't work. But Git also tells who made the changes, when was the change made, where exactly was the change made, did you add anything or did you subtract or remove anything, who did this, when was this done, everything is tracked by Git. Okay, consider I want to add a chatbot to my app. All right, we are adding a chatbot. Till now we've made our app and now we want to add a new version to it. That let's add a chatbot to our app. We added it, but certainly it was a good idea, but it did not work. It did not work out. And we want to go to shift to the previous version, but we cannot do it by simply undo button. No, that's not happening. When you save the file, you cannot do undo thing. And in big organizations like Microsoft, like Google, like Adobe, we do not do undo because there are millions of people noticing their product and thousands of employees. So just an undo wouldn't work. And Git is there for organizational people as well. It maintains the versions. So I want to go to the version where we did not have the chatbot. We want to shift back. Git gives us that accessibility as well. So Git is a wonderful tool. I'll tell you how. So I told you it tracks change. What is it used for? App development, web development, DevOps. If I want to report a bug, I can use Git for this. And yeah, the features. It tracks the revision history, who did it, when, what, where, everything is stored by Git. So it stores the source code. It always stores the original code that we first wrote, all right? It never deletes it. It always updates every version. It even has the storage of, storing the chatbot. It always stores the chatbot history as well. Even if you move to the next previous version, you have everything saved there. Stores each version, merges any code. So collaborating is a very common term. In developer terminology, we call it merge. In developer terminology, we call save as commit, and that's how it goes. So yes, can you see this diagram? This diagram actually shows, the first one tells you if we do not use Git, this is how we go. We have one version, we make the changes, and we do go to another version. But using Git, we can at any time we can go from one version to another and again back and again another. This is all we can do with Git. It's so easy. And how does it work? Now I told you what repository is, but I did not tell you what's working directory, staging area. Oh my god, these big terms. Calm down, it's not a big term. It's basically working directory means it is the process when you write your code. That's it. I am writing the first line of my code. That's the working directory. I'm in my working directory now. That means I'm working on my code. Now I want to save the changes. I wrote the code, entire code. I am making my website. We'll be making our website. We'll be working on the working directory. That means working directory is the process where I start writing my code from the very first line till the last. So I wrote my code. Now I want to make changes. I want to save the changes. I want to save the code. Now instead of Control S or Command save anything, we do not use these things in Git. Instead, we use git add. And how do we use it? We just type in git add. This is how we do, but I wouldn't do it because I have not started a repository right now. So I will not use it right now, and it will not save with when I simply do git add. It will do a second verification, a double verification. Are you ready to save it? So you need to say yes. Now it doesn't ask are you ready to save it. You have to do git commit. After git add, you need to do git commit. Commit means finally you're ready to save the changes, and that's yes. So Control S or save button doesn't work here. There are two steps to save your code or your documentation in the developer ecosystem. You have two steps to do it. First is git add, and then it's git commit, and then finally it's done, and then it's stored, it's saved. Okay, we do not just go Control save. Okay, so how do we use it? We use these commands. I hope you can see from my screen: git clone, git add, git commit, git init, git status. Every command has git in the start, and then you do. Now clone is something I'll tell you what's merge, what's pull, what's checkout, what's status, everything I'll tell you, and it's there in this sheet. Yes. I request every one of you to please scan this QR code. This is the git command cheat sheet that we have. It's the official documentation by GitHub. The sheet that I showed you right now, it's a PDF sheet. You can download it. It's a safe file, and you can download the cheat sheet where you have everything written about what are the git commands and how do we use it, which command is used for what, everything, and it actually even includes the installation. So in case you want to have it an access on your laptop, you can just go to Google or any of your browser and type git command cheat sheet, and there you go. All right, so I'll just wait for 5-10 seconds more. You just scan from your mobile phones, and there will be a PDF file. You can download it. It's a safe thing. And yes, you can see this AutoCAD again. So this is an official AutoCAD by GitHub. Okay, just meanwhile you download this. I'll just give me a sec. I'll show you one thing. All right, so you can see this cat. Can you? So this is a very cute plushie by GitHub. It's an AutoCAD plushie that I got from a GitHub campus expert. This is the official merge. So I'm not like bragging about it. I'm just telling you these characters are really good. And if you do very good in Git and GitHub, you get recognized by Git and GitHub, you get some really cool swag. So I got this plushie, and I'll tell you about some of the GitHub programs as well. So, yep. Coming back to the topic, I hope you all have downloaded this. And I told you what's repository. It's kind of a project file that stores version and revision histories. So I even showed you how to make a repository. It's clearly very simple how to make one. So coming back, what's GitHub? I showed you how GitHub looks. I related it with Amazon Prime. You can download on desktop. You can access it from the browser. And yes, GitHub is globally recognized as most advanced and reliable. Okay, this is the normal definition. Well, this is another platform with which we can build, maintain the software individually or otherwise. And yes, it also tracks changes and maintains changes, but it's again just like Git, it is also used to maintain and track changes. But how does it maintain and tracks changes? You can see it right here, that on my profile, if I go and for today's block, this is the today's block, I scroll it there, it says 4 contributions. Okay, I yesterday, not yesterday, but after 12 a.m. I made some changes yesterday night, so it shows that, but it would have shown 1 contribution on March 21st. Today is March 21st, right? So yesterday I had no contributions, so yes, no contributions. And that's where we go. It of yes, it tells you created 1 commit in 1 repository. So it tells you every change that you do. Cool. So now that we go to the slides again, what's the difference? Now, after knowing the difference, we will shift to make our first PR, the pull request, which we'll be doing entirely on GitHub. I'm so sorry. On GitHub, yes. We'll be entirely doing it on GitHub. But making the main part, making the portfolio website, we'll use Git and GitHub both. So make sure you've downloaded it, and you can ask the people to help you ask any questions if you have. All right, so what's the difference? Yes, and there I come. Let's consider Git and GitHub is one term, and I name it open source. Now, open source has another meaning, but right now I'm relating open source word to what Git and GitHub is. Okay, I've even given it a green color so that Git and GitHub both have a green color in their interface, right? This is what I related in my slides. So Instagram is a social media platform, whereas GitHub is a social coding platform. All right. So just give me a sec more. Here is Instagram. I go to the Instagram page, not now. So you can see this is Instagram, right? I have my Instagram here. We get stories here. We get people who follow us. This is the home page. And similarly, this, okay, this is GitHub. We have a home page. I get to know what people are doing. What is the trending repository? See, what's the trending repository? It's by Microsoft. And what's going on? Who made what? These are some of my followers. Parag is one of my followers. He actually started 2 repository. So whatever I get to see on Instagram that someone made, someone actually uploaded a story. Yeah, these are the stories. I can shift to the stories. I can scroll through the feed. And this is exactly what GitHub is. GitHub website is. And it's a social coding platform. Now in Instagram, what we do, we just upload our pictures and upload our videos, right? In GitHub, we upload our codes, we upload our projects. Yes, that's what we do. This is my GitHub profile, what I actually originally have officially. That was my another one just for the trial, and you can see I've been contributed recently a lot. These are my repositories. I've got 17 repositories and stuff. I've got 4 stars till now. What are stars? Okay, so consider I love this post. Now I will put a like on it. It's a heart, right? But on GitHub we have a star. So in case this is a repository, I told you Instagram post is equals to GitHub repository. Any post on Instagram is similar to any repository or repo on GitHub. It's that simple. It's that simple, folks. You star it. That means you like it. All right. This is what star means. Also, yes, so you post it and here you repo it. In Instagram, you like someone's post, and in GitHub, you star someone's repository. Now, in Instagram, you comment, and open source, we do more than commenting. We can also comment on someone's repository, but we can fork, we can do a pull request, we can raise an issue, we can do a lot of things in GitHub. So I'll tell you what these words actually mean, but I was just relating GitHub with Instagram so that you get to know familiarity. And I know some of you are total beginners, and that's fine. That's fine to be, because even on Instagram, there used to be one day when you very first installed Instagram, made an account, and you were very vigilant about posting anything because you were having a fear. You should not upload anything that is unsuitable because you don't know how to use Instagram. This is how it goes for GitHub as well. But you know what? The more you will use it, the more you will get in touch with GitHub, you will feel the same how you feel for Instagram. I hope Instagram everyone uses, right? So within a week, it will be very, very fun for you to use GitHub, and you will know everything about GitHub. So you can do, yes, you can do much more things with open source, with Git and GitHub, than you do it for Instagram. So understanding fork. Now, before making your first repository, I'll tell you what does fork means. Now, this is what in a repository, I told you how do we add something. This is the search bar. If I want to search anything, if I want to search within my repository, I have a second search option. All right, these are some branches. This is pull request section. All right, and this is fork. This is watch. What does this mean? All right, I'll tell you. Now, the first, this website, sorry, this repository that I made is HTML. All right. So every repository will show in languages what language have I used and how much % of this repository contains HTML. This is purely an HTML one because I just have one HTML file. So it will show 100% HTML. If I would have used 50% Python, it would have showed how much code it has of Python. Fork means okay, I'll tell you another example. So 5 more minutes until you do a hands-on thing, just understanding 3 more definitions. What is fork? Now, fork is not something that you use as a utensil other than spoon. No, it's not that. Consider you are moving to your hostel. You are moving on your own now, and you carry. Okay, this is a very new era of Google and of everything is available on Google. But just consider it's not the time of Google, and you have a recipe notebook that your mother or your aunt or any of your relatives gave you, that hey, just in case you would like to cook anything on your own, here is a recipe notebook that I wrote for you, right? So you have got your mother's recipe book with you, and you are cooking, for example, a pizza. You're making a pizza right now, and consider whatever your mother wrote, you want to add something more, right? And consider you don't like capsicums, so you will not put capsicums, but in the recipe it has been written capsicums, but you don't like it. So now you're making your own recipe, right? You're making some changes in the original recipe book that you have. You're not adding the capsicums, but for example, you're adding some, you can say mushrooms, all right? So you are making the changes on the original recipe, but this is the recipe of your mom that you got, but you're making the changes as per what you like. Similarly, in any code, consider the recipe to be any code. This is the code. Now consider you want to change anything according to you. So for that, you have to make your own local copy. So by fork, you make your own copy of it, and you can do any changes as per whatever you think, and it will not affect the original recipe. All right, it will not affect the original code. I made the original code, but if you fork this this code and you make any changes, it will not actually affect my original one. So you can be very stress free and make any changes without anyone is watching me, anyone is judging me. No, that's not happening. Now, another example, you can, yes, by forking means you make your own personal copy of any code that exists on GitHub. Okay, so understanding commit. I told you, by saving, you actually commit to it. Like doctors, for doctors, you have a different, words to say. You do not say my doctor suggested me this medicine. You say my doctor consulted me this medicine, right? In this as well, we say we save, we committed, and not we saved the code. We commit the code and not save the code. So consider we all are, okay, this is a puzzle thing. Like you and I are playing a puzzle. We are actually making a puzzle, jigsaw puzzle, and you are adding your piece on the puzzle. That means you are adding your code to the project, to the repository. It's that simple. All right. Now, understanding commit, I told you already, and this is the last thing, understanding pull request. Now, for example, we all are working on a storybook. Okay, this is the last example. All right, I know you've been too much into what's going on, why it's all theoretical, why am I seeing the slides and not working on my keyboard. Just 2 minutes more. Pull request, what's a pull request? So pull request is essentially a word that means consider. Now consider an example. Let's jump to the example that you, me, and the other people in the room are working on a book. We are writing a book. All right, we are writing a storybook, and I'm working on chapter number 1. You're working on chapter number 2. The person on your left is working on chapter 3. The person on your right is chapter number 4, and this is how it goes. Now, I wrote my chapter, we all are sitting together, and now finally that I wrote my chapter, you wrote yours, everyone is done with their work. What I do, I need a validation. So I ask you, hey, will you just exchange the chapters? Will you read my chapter and I'll read your chapter in case there's anything that I need to change or anything that's not correct, just tell me and I do it for you. And similarly, we just exchange the chapters. Okay, everyone is reviewing each other's chapter. So I reviewed your chapter and I found no changes are there, it's all correct. You did the same, everyone did the same. In case there is any change, we tell each other, and finally, after all the changes and all the checkings and all the reviews, we finally have the pages assembled. This is the chapter number 1 to chapter number 15, for example. This is the book ready. So pull request is exactly what we did right now. By having a pull request, I am asking you to, hey, can you check my code? We all are working on a project. I'm working on a code. Hey, can you please check this code which I wrote right now? And you will check the code. I'll submit a pull request. That means I'm submitting my code to review if it's correct to be added to the final project or not, if it has any changes to be done or not. This is what it means to submit a pull request. All right. So pull request is exactly submitting it. Now, these are some of the difference between Git and GitHub. I already told you, and thank you so much. But wait, it's time to make your first pull request. Enough of the theoretical part. Let's jump on to something called, yes, I'm making my own repository now. I will ask you to make your own repository as well, but I'll make another one. I already made a Git Ninja one, but that was just for a demo. Now I'll name this repository as University of UPV. Okay, it's a bad spelling. Works correct. I'll add the description. I do not want to add right now. Okay, this is a repository for the full quest. I'll keep it public so that you all can use it. I'll add a readme file and I created it. All right. So cool. This is the QR code. I expect everyone to join in with this QR code. Or else there's another thing. You simply go to my GitHub repository. Well, I don't know how will you scan and put this on your laptop. Do we have any WhatsApp group or something that we can share the link to the participants? Okay, can I get any updates about, has anyone opened this repository on their systems? All right, I'll just wait for like 10-15 seconds more. I'll give you ample time to open the repository. I'm just waiting for 10-20 seconds more. Meanwhile, I'll just update the code. You can see the live updates in the open repository. I'll tell you how to do it. But now that you've opened it, you can see the live updates. Okay, just give me one more second. I'll add what you need to do in this. All right, so now I'm sharing my entire screen instead of this picture only. Yes, I think it's visible. Okay, so this is the the link that you all have opened right now. Don't do anything. I'll just edit in front of you all. So I'll add a file. Okay, no, I don't have to upload any file right now. Okay, so this is the file. I'll simply doc type HTA. Okay, I need to copy the code. Just give me a sec more. Yup. I'll copy this code. So this is the HTML. I expect every one of you knows a little bit about HTML. So this is why I'm using this. So this is the head tag. I'm so sorry. This is the head tag, and then this is the body tag. In the body tag, we do this is a portfolio workshop organized. Okay, workshop. We close the heading, and this is a byline. This is a very raw website. All right. This is a portfolio workshop, and then organized by cool. I forgot to add the yes. And now what you need to do is, this is a comment. Start adding your names below. All right. So this is finally this is the code. Now I'm defining a list. This is Khushi Trivedi. That's me. And wherever I'm writing your name, all right, not here. This is a comment. Okay, this is a comment tag. That means this won't be shown on the website. All right, this is the list. The first name is mine, the second one is yours. So this is your name. What you need to do is edit your name here. You have to edit. You don't have to edit your name here. You basically have to, replace your name here. Okay, you need to replace your name here. That's it. And I close this UL tag, and then I close the body tag, and I just check HTML code runner if it's a good one. Yes, it's a good one. There's no changes to be done. So I commit the changes. You can see this, but I can only commit the changes if I add the file. So participants .html, all right, or rather attendees.html, and I commit the changes, and it asks me again. This is what I was saying. We add and then we commit. I commit the changes, and there you go. Can you all please refresh the page that we have opened? Can you please refresh the page? And now you can see a file edited. We've added attendees.html. Yes, I hope that's the case. Okay, now what you all need to do is, yes, You've already would have noticed this. Now, what you need to do is follow along what I'm doing. I'll open this link. I expect you all have already opened the link. You need to fork this website. Just click on fork, just like I did. By forking, we are making a copy. You are making a copy of your own. You just do create fork. In 2 steps, you've made a fork. You forked my repository into your own account. This is your GitHub account. You're accessing it with your GitHub. Now this is, you can see, this is the name of the repository I made, and it says forked from Khushi Trivedi, University of UPV, right? And here your icon will be shown. I don't have a profile picture, so it's showing this way. Now we are making our own first pull request. How are we making it? You just go to this file attendees.html. Okay, I hope you're all following along. Click on this edit this file link. You can see a pen. Just go on here and just edit this one, line 20. You can see the line numbers from 1 to 23. I hope you all can. Edit this name. I'll edit the name as ABCXYZ. Just put your first name and the last name, or even the middle name if you have one. All right, this is my second account. This is my second GitHub account. So I wouldn't put my name twice. So I'm just putting ABCXYZ on the line 20. I hope you're following along. And you commit the changes just like I do. And it's the second one. So I click on commit changes and it's done. Cool. Now you go to, you go to the, again, to the repository. Now you can see it's been done. I want to create a pull request. All right. Okay. So here we actually did an issue. I forgot to make a branch. I hope you're following along. Yes. So now what you're going to do is click on here, view all branches. We're going to make a new branch. Click on a new branch. Name the branch as your name. I'm making it ABC. I'm making it ABC. The branch name is ABC. You make it out of your first name. I could have made it Khushi, but I already have the repository of my name. And I click on create branch. I hope you're following along. This is create branch. Now you can see there are 2 branches. If we click here again, we go to the main forked repository that you've made. You can see there are 2 branches. It has edited into 2 branches. I hope you can see it. All right. Now, main branch is the default branch, which is actually the original branch. Instead of the original branch, you just go to ABC. The one that you made, it must have been of your own name, right? Go to here again, attendees.html. Do the same thing, but this time you have your name already written, right? This time what you do is click on your surname at the last letter and write which semester or which year are you in. I'll write final year. I'll just edit this. This time just add to the second branch that you made right now. Go to the branch and add this final year, right? I commit the changes again. It's by committing the changes, that means I'm saving the file. I'll go back here. Now it shows that ABC, that's ABC is my another branch that I made by my own name, had recently pushed 8 seconds ago. All right. Now I click on compare and pull request. And here we are. In case you would like to add a description, you can say I added my name here. Now we do create pull request. I click on this and this has finally been done. In case you would like to comment on this, I added, and commenting is optional, okay? I added my final year as well. You comment this down. Now you can see you've made your pull request. I hope you followed along and you've made your first pull request, right? I can see 9 people have made a fork, and I can already see 5 people have already made a pull request, and that's fabulous. 2 of them have already, yes, made a comment as well. I'm extremely glad that you're all following along. Yes. Now I'm not going into how I as a maker of this repository is gonna add all these pull requests. No, that's my business for beginners right now. Understanding a pull request is all what's needed. All right, all what's needed. You've done a really good job. Okay, now seven pull requests have been opened, and this is amazing. Like, I'm clapping for you all. It's really good that you all are following along, and this is proving that you're following along, and this is actually giving me so much of happiness. So finally, we are shifting along to make our first resume website. Are you all ready? Now that you know how to use GitHub, we are gonna now do a fusion of Git and GitHub, all right, in order to make your first repository. And not only you're making first repository, you're gonna put this repository live so that you can, just like I have my own website, and this is my website, right? This is my website, and these are the icons, and these icons are actually working. If I go to about, it takes me to about section. If I go to skills, it takes me, okay, it's, yeah, it takes me to the skill sections, to the contact section. My Twitter, this is my, if I click in here, it takes me to my Twitter account. It's loading. Okay, it's the wrong link. Oh my God, this is such a big embarrassment. No, the link is correct. Okay, I don't know, the link is not working or something. Okay, this is my LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is working. LinkedIn is working. That's my LinkedIn. Now, you know, this is my GitHub. I'm just showing you a demonstration, and this exact website, not the colors. We're not gonna add the colors because that's a bit dealing with, you know, the CSS and the JavaScript. We're not doing with the animations and the colors. We're simply making a website for you, and I'm going to tell you how can you make it into a link. That means I just did my link, khushi.trivedi.netlify.app, and this is the link. I can even open it on my phone. So how can you, by making your website into a link, that means you are actually making your website live. Okay, this means you're going live, just like a YouTube live or a Instagram live. Okay, so I hope you're all ready. So let me just give me 1 second, and I'm sharing you the repository. Just give me 1 second. Let me So basically, the sole purpose of this entire workshop is to teach you about Git and GitHub. I'm not here to teach you Python, I mean for the backend, or JavaScript. Right now I can, but not right now. This session is extremely dedicated to, this is extremely dedicated to only and uh, only about Git, GitHub, and how can you use Git and GitHub on your VS Code. So how you can use VS Code? I expect everyone has downloaded a VS Code right now, right? Um, just give me 1 more second. I'm making the file ready for you. And till then, so this is a template with which you will be following along with me. And this template actually will help you. Yes, and it's ready. All right. So let me rename this. Just give me 1 more minute. All right. So I will now show you how are you gonna uh, download this. Let me add this to, I'm adding another repository. Okay, you cannot see it. Let me share my screen. Here is my screen. Yes, I hope that's visible. I go on my profile. I go to repositories. I add a new one with the name portfolio website demo for GDSC UPV. I add a description. This is a public repository that we repo about learning to host a portfolio website on GitHub. Okay, I'll add a README file and I create a repository. You will have to make the same steps in order to make your own repository in 5 minutes. I am sharing this link. Here is the link. Okay. Too many. I think I closed it. Yeah, this one. Yes. QR code. I'll generate a QR code for you all now. Yes, this is the QR code. Please download, please have a look on this. And if you already have scanned it, go to my profile. My profile is Trivedi-Khushi. This is my name. You already have forked a repository from my account. Yes. Marina, if you or your team would be able to help the attendees to kindly have a check on my account, my GitHub account. They just opened a repository from my GitHub account. You just need to go to my page and there will be a new repository automatically. You can see the repository. Its name is Portfolio Website. Can you all see? I'll wait for a minute so that you all, in case you cannot see, it's a big thing, you do not still know how to use GitHub. This is the website. Kindly scan it and copy the link. Open it in your okay, so I got a confirmation that everyone is having it. Cool. So what you're gonna do is download this. Yes, you need to download this. I'm sorry again. I'll open it from my new GitHub account that I had it from the incognito. Oh, too many. Yes. Okay, so this is the new repository. And this is the incognito tab that I'm opening a new website on, a new GitHub account on. Click on this, click on code and download the zip file. Just download the zip file, everyone, with your name. Put your name. I'll put ABCXYZ. You put your name. All right. I'll save it in downloads and I'll say I downloaded this file. Okay. Right. You already downloaded it. Right. Now I'll show you how can you do the same. You downloaded the file. Just check if it's downloaded or not. See, ABCXYZ. It's been downloaded. Now I'm going to show you how you can do the same using Git. So open your Git bash. Open Git. This is how Git is going to look like. All right. You already have a Git cheat sheet. You can open it on your phone. What you're going to do is give Git a command, git config global user.name. Give it your name. I'm going to give Khushi Trivedi because this is the same laptop. I cannot have another laptop. So that's all I'm going to do for now. Press enter. If it doesn't show any error, that means it's good to go. Now do git space config. You already have the cheat sheet, I suppose. Double dash and then global user dot email and then put your email. Within the double quotes, close the double quote. All right. Don't use the bracket which is given in the cheat sheet. That bracket only tells that here comes your name and email. You don't have to include the bracket. That's just for example. Put an enter. It doesn't show any error. That means it's good to go. Okay. Finally, git init. Git git space init. Init. That means you're initializing a repository. You're starting a repository. You're starting a project. Give a command after everything initialization, after giving it your name and email, or you can simply start with git init. Now do git clone, start the double brackets, paste the link that we just now copied from here. I copied the link from here, HTTPS, and then I copied the link. I will paste in here within the double quotes. Just, put the double quotes and press enter. Git clone, give it a space, start the double quotes, enter the link. Don't do Control V. Git does not understand Control V. It's a very, you can say from a very old fashioned background. It doesn't understand Control V, Control C. Close the double quotes and enter. You can see we have just now made a same thing. So I'll show you. In my downloads, I have ABCXYZ, and where I have installed Git, this is where I've installed Git, I have ABCXYZ again. Just a sec. Yeah, it's done. Where is it? Okay, but it wouldn't come with the name ABCXYZ because I have edited it while doing it. This will come with the same name. You can see this portfolio website. I'll zoom in. This is the portfolio website demo for GDSC UVP. You can see the date created. It's just now. Oh, we have a different time zone going on here. All right. It's evening. It's almost 7 o'clock, 8:30. So you can see the date created is 21st and the time is 18:39. Yeah. And right now it's 18:40 right now. You can see it has been created just now. And if we open it, it just has a README. And what does the README say? The README is, this is a public repo, right? I hope you all are following along. I just showed you a demo. How can you download the same GitHub repository using download button and the same GitHub repository using git commands with two commands, git init. This is the git init command. I'll zoom in. This is the git init command. And then this is a git clone command. With two commands, I just have to give the website link. This is the link. And there we go. It automatically saves it on my computer, but it only saves it in the C drive. I have a Windows laptop. It will save in the C drive. That's the difference. Now that you've downloaded it, if you're not able to follow along, you can simply download the zip folder. All right. Open any file that you have made. I'll open the download one. Okay. And I'll better for not having any confusion, I'll open this. This says portfolio website. This is the same one if you open it. Now click on here and open with VS Code. Why is it, showing? Okay, it will not show open with VS Code right now. Have you all downloaded it? I have not uploaded the files. I'm so sorry. I'll upload some files. So I was just showing you how do we use Git in order to do the same. You need to download that again because I'm making some changes right now and the changes could not come to your laptop simply. You need to download it again. Now I upload some files. This is how we upload the files. I commit the changes. And yes, now just refresh the link. Kindly refresh the link. I think this is the link. Yeah, this is the same link, or refresh the repository that you just downloaded. All right, and download this again. Yes, you've downloaded this again. Now I've downloaded this, and this is the recent one. I'll open it. Because it's a zip file, I'll extract this. It will be extracted. And this is the extracted file. I will go on open with VS Code. Open with code. You can see this. Now what you're going to do is go to index. I hope you're following along. Wherever you can find your name, you need to write your name. Okay. So yeah, your GDSC lead is Marina. I'm just using her name to give you a demonstration. So I'll enter her name with the she has. I'm so sorry if I make any mistakes. This is the name, even including the middle name. I'll just use her name for showing you the demonstration. The best you can do is Control F. Wherever you can do Control F thing, wherever we have your name here, you just paste your name. So it's in the 7th line, it's in the 13. You can note down which lines do we have, which lines do you have to edit your name. We have line number 7, line number 13, okay, line number 24. You just need to put your name. Just Control C your name and then Control paste your name. Line number 45. Okay. And that's where you go. All right. That's where you go. And line number 378. So just in case you would like to note down your name, the first line in index.html file, we have line number 7, then line number 13, line number 24, line number 45, and line number 378. Hardly 5 changes. You just need to enter your name. I'm not here to explain you how to write an HTML or a JavaScript file, but I'm just here to explain you how are we going to upload it on GitHub. All right. I hope you have already installed VS Code. You know how do we edit the environment variables before, right? And if it's the case, you can edit front-end developer. If you're a back-end developer, or if you're anything else, you can do so. Just simply make this. And now finally we're going to push the changes into your own website. So You've made the changes, and also enter your LinkedIn address. Just make this LinkedIn address right here. Edit this link as LinkedIn address. Edit your GitHub profile. I'm just giving you a very short thing because we had this session for 2 hours and we just about have some more time left. So I'm not going into detail, but you can edit your, this and save. Just Control S. Control S works on VS Code. So you can save the changes. All right. Save the changes and finally close your this VS Code. Now you know this folder. You rename the folder again wherever you downloaded it. Okay, I'll rename it to her name. All right, because I've edited her name, and then I'll go to my GitHub account. This one, the other GitHub account, the new GitHub account. I'll go to your profile. This is my GitHub account. All right. I'll go to repository and I'll make a new repository. Now you are making your first repository. Paste your name. Okay. I'll not put her name. I'll just write your name for now. Paste your name. Write a description. This is my resume website. Add a readme. These are the steps what you're gonna do. Create a readme. And there you go. All right. There actually you go. Now what you're gonna do is upload file. Choose the files and add it. Add the file that you named. Okay, so I have the name Marina. This is the file name. This is the folder I have. I'll open the folder and I'll upload these files. I do not have to upload the folder. I'll upload the files rather. This is how we do. Okay, and then go for commit changes. All right. So finally, you've made your resume website. You finally made your resume website. You finally made your GitHub account. You finally made your first pull request. You know how to fork it. You know how to start it. And you finally know how to make a resume website. This is your first repository. It'll be your name here. And this is where you go. Now the last step. The last step is to literally host it. Go to settings. This is where you upload it. Now if the time allows, I'll show you how to upload it using Git as well, which is the main thing. But first let me show you how can you host it. Now this is the website. This is the resume that you have, repository that you have. Go on settings. All right, go on pages. Deploy from your branch to GitHub Actions. Custom domain. This is where I'm gonna add khushittrivedi.github.io. Oh, okay, I'll create. So now what you're gonna do is I'm just making whatever username I have. I have a username of girly-geek. So you just add your GitHub username here, put a dot and then put github.io. exactly this. Just copy this down, and instead of this girly geek, just put your GitHub username and then save. What's the issue? I cannot find any issue. Okay. I just don't know what the issue is. Let's try this one. Oh, there's an issue. Let me just check. Let me check this on my own. What's the issue? All right, so I'll try this again. I'll go to my repositories, and this is the repository I want to, you know, host it. I'll go on settings. I'll go on pages. Yeah, that's where you go and create, so I'll just put this HTTPS. I'll try to put HTTPS, and I'll save it. I just don't know where the issue is. It takes a few moments. Or instead, let's try my first, or just type in your name. Okay, just let me see. I am not having an issue. I was not having an issue in the test one. I hope this works, because with giving.com and with not giving.com, yes, that's done. It was not actually accepting it. So you have to basically give your name and put a .com in there, and it's doing some DNS checking. Enforce HTTPS. I'll put enforce HTTPS. Okay, so the DNS is not allowing my name. So what do we do? Retrieve. You need to retrieve it. Check again. Okay, so basically this is how we actually try to host it. And if it's not happening, in case it's going this way, and if it's not happening, what we're gonna do, I'll share my screen. We'll instead go to, I asked ChatGPT why it's happening and it gave me some names. So just a sec more. You go to Netlify, Netlify. You just go to netlify.com, and you can deploy your website right now. So I'll log in. I already have logged in. All right. So I already have logged in. And here's where I've deployed my website. The new website that I actually want to, deploy. I'll just go here. Incognito tab. I'll go to Netlify. Instead of GitHub. I'll do a login. You can log in with your GitHub or with your email. I'll authorize my GitHub because it's already signed in, the new GitHub account that I have. The email, okay, I'll put up an email. I don't know what's the issue. I authorized it. Okay, it's giving that it needs my email as well. I'll just sign in with my email. And it has verified with my email. This was some really small checks. Well, I have to give my phone number and then my email address, my first name and the last name. So okay, I'll just go with showing my country. I don't know what is the issue. Yes. The first name, the last name, send me the code. It's verifying my phone number. Yep. And now it's done. Now what I will do is on Netlify, this repository will be easily I don't know what the issue is, but this is how you will. I really don't know what the issue is, but this is how you are gonna put up your websites and add a new site. I'll use my old account. So I'll deploy with GitHub. I'll search my repository. My repository name was portfolio. If you're following along, you would have actually got it because I already have my account in use for my personal website. And this is why I think it's not showing me. But this could be seen. I can give you a demo anyhow. It's not showing you the link. However, the website that I used Marina's name to actually give me a demo. So this is the index.html file, and I'll open it. I'll open it with VS Code, and this is something, yes. And now I'll take it to live. Yep. I'll take this folder live. I'll show you how this website looks finally. And this is how the website will look. You need to paste your image here in the code as well, only in this file, nowhere else. On yes, line number 41, you need to paste your image here. So this is the website you have. Here's your name. This is the about section. It shifts to about. This is the experience. This is the exact website that I have made for a demo. Yes. And if you click on the LinkedIn profile, it will take you to LinkedIn, but it's not the profile link, it's linkedin.com. So you need to customize. So you finally have the code, and this is how your website is actually looking. And it's not bad because you have an about section. You're going to tell about your experience, your education, and then a small description about you, your experience, any projects that you've made. This is the GitHub button, and this is the button that takes you live, right? These buttons are actually working. This arrow icon takes you down, and this is again the footer, and here and again your name is there. So this is a very fun project to make. Well, we are having a DNS trouble with GitHub right now. Maybe it's not working for me. Maybe it could work for you if you're following along. But in my side, I don't know what error it's showing. And the other alternative that I told you, other than GitHub, you can host on Netlify, Netlify. So yeah, that's it. I hope you followed along and you know how to deal things with. Just in case you would like to know how to push your changes, whatever changes I've made. For example, I want to push my changes. What I'm going to do is open the terminal here itself. All right, I'll go to git push origin, and I'll do it main because I want to do it on the main website itself, and it will show error because I did not. Okay, it's not in the main one. Okay, I did not tell git. I need to initiate this. Yes, it's in the same one. Initialized empty git repository, but it does not have the link. So on Git cheat sheet, again, I'm telling you, how can we do it? How can we push our changes? So I completely do not know how to push the changes. So pushing the changes means putting it up on your, GitHub profile again. So on the second page, we have git push alias branch. That means you need to, tell Git about which branch do you want to change now that you all know about what's branch, what's push, what's fork, everything. And so I hope we have dealt with all the plans. We've made our first PR, we've understood the Git commands, we've known the future scope, and yes, the installation and everything. So I just hope the session was a bit relatable and a bit understandable. I made, all of it sure that you understand it by examples and references. And yes, I now give it on to you all. Any questions or any references you would like to have?
I think there are none.
All right. I'm glad there are so many pull requests and so you all were able to follow up along.
Yes, perfect. Everything was perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
All
Bye.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can leave the meet.
Great.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.